All right. Welcome, everybody, back to the Weight Loss Love Story Challenge. This is day number 3, session number 2. So, welcome to the challenge, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 11:58, and so we have about 2 minutes before we kick off this session of the challenge. We'll start promptly at 12 o'clock, but I wanted to get going, get signed on so that the room could be filled up. This virtual space could be filled up. We could connect and I could welcome you in. So welcome everyone that's joining right now, whether you are on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, wherever you may be, whether you're watching live or you're watching on a replay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad that you're here. We're going to have a fire session today for 30 minutes. We'll go 30 minutes strong. We're going to talk about the space for weight loss, the benefits that are created because of weight loss and making space for that. So welcome. It's 11:59. In just a moment, we will get kicked off officially at 12 o'clock. If you have not officially joined the challenge, please do so. You can do so at weightlosslovestory.com, weightlosslovestory.com. You can officially join the challenge. You can get the worksheets and the training materials that I share there. You'll also be registered to win the free Ninja blender that I'll be giving away later this week and some of the other prizes. So get in, get official so that you can win some prizes, some things that I'm giving away, and just get connected to the community as well. There are other people that are on this weight loss love story journey. And so that way you get to be engaged with them. You get to see them. You get to interact with them as well as with me and just the community at large. We're going to just build an awesome, tremendous community, this sisterhood and Cinderella strong. So it is 12 o'clock. I'm going to pray. This is what I do. I want to open up the session with a prayer, and then we're going to jump right into weight loss training. So thank you, Father, for this opportunity to be together again. Thank you for each person that is joining, regardless of where they are in the world. I would pray that you would bless them tremendously. I pray that you would bless the transition process as they begin to transform their mind and their bodies. I pray for health and strength for them so that they can pursue the hopes and dreams and the passions within their heart. We ask blessings upon this time in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So here we go. We're jumping in 12 o'clock. We're going to talk about space. This morning, we talked about the space, actually creating a physical space in our home, in your wherever you may be, creating a physical space so that you have room to actually move around, right? You don't need a lot of space. I stretched my arms out this way, and I showed you that I can walk forward, I can walk backwards. I'm still within the camera. You can see me, so you know I'm not moving around a whole lot, but this is enough space when we're starting our weight loss journey. This is enough space to get some stuff done. So we created a space that was inside, right? Because we know the elements show up. Sometimes it's going to rain. Sometimes it's going to snow. Sometimes it's going to be hot. Whatever it's going to be, the elements, things are going to happen. So we need to create space within our homes, right? Within our space, wherever we are. But also knowing that we could have secondary spaces that are outside of the home. So you might have space at the gym. That might be a designated space for you. You might decide that you want to have space at a park or some other kind of place outside. So we wrote down on our worksheets, on our training sheets that are in the group, that our location option number 1, and then we had a location option number 2. So just in case something happens and you can't go out, you still get the job done. What we know is that we are setting aside 20 minutes of time as our sacred 20. That's that time that we are dedicated, as I said this morning, to making love, right? We're not talking about sex. We're talking about making love. When we decide that we are worth loving, that we are worth caring for, that we are worth the effort, this whole process of a love story means that we have to make it. It doesn't just happen. Love does not just happen. Newsflash. That's not the way it works. We don't just get to say, I want love, and then poof, love happens. No. In the movie Cinderella, the fairy godmother says that even miracles take time. I love it, right? Miracles take time. Your miracle of transformation, it requires time. So we are going to use time and create space so that we can make love and have a transformation. When we decide that we are going to make our food and we put them in our love containers, those containers of love, where we are strategizing our food and we put it all in there, we're able to look at that and see that we have planned out love that we are going to serve ourselves in the way of nutrition and food. This is what we're thinking. We're thinking that all of our actions now, we're making this transformation in our mindset, not just doing life with ourselves. No, we are going to actually be intentional about loving ourselves, about caring for ourselves, about establishing worth and value in ourselves. That's why on day one, we talked about the mindset, the language that we use with ourselves. There's no more of this just beating ourselves up and looking at yourself and calling yourself disgusting and, oh, you're so fat and why do you look like that in these clothes? No. We're not doing that. That was so yesterday. That was so a couple days ago. That's not now. We don't do that. That's not the language we have, right? Because that's not loving language. So we value ourselves in such a way that we're going to articulate it through our words, through our actions, through our intentionalities, through our strategies. Everything that we are doing, we're making a commitment to ourselves. At the top of all of our worksheets, we get to sign a commitment to ourselves each day that, yeah, I'm here for this. I am committed to this change. I am committed to creating space for myself because I want to simplify my life. And so as we create space, we are recognizing that there's a place for everything and everything is going to go in its place. And yes, sometimes you might get a little off, but this morning we talked about having a sacred space for you to move in, for your activity. It's because what are we having? We schedule time to be with ourselves. We're making dates, right? We have a date with ourselves at a certain time in the day to show up, to have quality time and quality interaction with ourselves in the form of exercise and activity. This is very important. So we're showing up. It's very important for us to show up. We're loving on ourselves. We've designated some space within our home, and we show up there with our mindset of this is the space. When I step into this space, this is transformational space. This is where I become the woman that I desire to be. When I step into this space, I know I'm stepping into transformation. That's good, right? Don't you know that you're worth that? That's why we have to strategize. All right, so we're strategizing our space. And so as we strategize our physical space, and then later on, we're going to strategize nutritional space tonight at 9 p.m. But right now, in this space in between those two sessions, we're going to strategize the benefits of your weight loss. There are benefits to your weight loss transformation that you need to make space for. And you know why I'm telling you this? You need to do it because I know 100% it's a fact. It's going to happen. Transformation is on its way. You are going to transform. People don't hang with me and roll out with me and do life with me and transformation not happen. No, that's why I'm here. I'm too competitive. I am competitive for loving you for life. You understand this? Let me just help you here. I'm so competitive. I'm competitive against those things that would want to fight against you and hold you back. I'm competitive. We are fighting. There's a fight. There's a war. There's a battle going on for your life, for your purpose, for your joy, for your happiness. There's a battle going on. I'm fighting. This is why I'm showing up. This is a fight for me, right? So I'm fighting everything that is telling you that this is not possible. I'm fighting against that. And I just want you to be on board with me. I'm like, come on. If you and I together, us two working together as one, fighting against that, we're going to win this. We're going to win this thing. What's the dream? We want to lose how much? We want to lose 100 pounds. Do you know how many times I've lost 100 pounds? Quite a bit. I've lost 100 pounds quite a bit because every time I work with someone and they say, Brian, I want to lose 100 pounds. I say, oh, we want to lose 100 pounds? Okay, well, that's what we're going to do. We want to lose 40 pounds? Okay, well, that's what we're going to do. We want to transform our life? Okay, that's what we are going to do. So I'm all in for you. So I'm telling you right now that we need to create space for the benefits of weight loss that are coming. Okay, there are things that are going to happen as you begin to love yourself, and as you are committed to yourself, and as you keep showing up for yourself, and as you are trustworthy with your words, and you tell yourself, yeah, I'm really going to do it this time. I'm really all about this. As you show up and the change starts to happen, there are going to be some benefits. Dare I say, you are going to become the friend of yourself with benefits. You know why? Because when your body starts to change and as your mind starts to change, you are going to look at the world in a completely different way. The world may not necessarily change as much, but you are going to change. The way that you look at the world is going to change. You know why? Because you are going to look at the world as a victorious person. You know why? Because you will have overcome the battle and the struggle that you've been having within your own being. See, that when we are carrying shame, and when we are carrying low self-esteem, and when we are carrying those types of burdens on us, then we start to look at the world through the lens of, I'm a failure, I'll never achieve this is too hard, I can't do it. We look at the world through lenses of limiting beliefs. And so we limit ourselves because our whole perspective has been, every day I wake up and I look in this mirror and I look at my body and I don't like it, and I feel like and I think that I'm a failure and I can't do anything, and I'm depressed and I'm down and I'm beaten, I'm worn out and I'm physically tired and I can't even have a good thought. This is real stuff. It's real. That's true. Those are facts, right? Those are the facts. You may be physically tired because you're carrying around a burden of extra weight. So when you're moving around through life, physically, that has to take a toll on you. And when the weight is physically taking a toll on you, guess what? The blood and the oxygen that's flowing through your body isn't moving at its highest pace, and it's not operating the way that it really designed to. So guess what? Your mindset and your thoughts aren't as fresh and as clear, right? Because you're like, I'm carrying a burden all the time. But as we start to alleviate the burden, then physically, your body starts to operate in a different way. Your body starts to operate with a different kind of efficiency. And you're like, wait a second. I'm walking up and down the steps and, I'm not even out of breath like I once was. Oh, I'm moving around and, I can tie my shoe. Wait a second. I can get down and I can get up. I have someone right now in my life. That is her goal. Her goal is to get down and be able to tie her shoes. For somebody to be like, well, that's silly. For her, that's a big deal. She says, no, I got to get rid of this weight because I want to get down to be able to tie my shoes. I've worked with someone, they say, I want to be able to sit in this chair and stand up without having to hold on to something, without having to get assistance. I want to sit down. I want to stand up. Let me just tell you, the benefits of what's going to happen as you begin to transform your body and as you lose the weight, you are going to begin to dream again. I just want to encourage you. You are going to be able to, you're going to start dreaming again of things that you've once wanted to do, adventures that you wanted to have, and you're going to start dreaming of things that you never even thought of before. So guess what? You have to make space. You have to make space for those dreams. You have to make space for those dreams in your life. You might, you probably, there's a good chance that as your body starts to change, and you might feel sexy right now, don't get me wrong, and you start feeling more and more sexy because you're feeling good about yourself. You're thinking like, we're going to grow from glory to glory. We're changing from, like, you got one level of shine to another level of shine, right? So you're transforming. So you feel sexy now, just wait. As you get healthy in your mind and your body, that thing is going to, wherever you are now, we are working in increase. We are moving towards increase of anything. Any part of your life, however good it may be, there's increase coming. And so with that in mind, as you know that you're headed towards increase, you need to make space and be prepared for what is going to happen. So in this session, we're going to talk about what is going to happen. We're going to look out and say, okay, I see myself traveling in the future. I see myself doing these type of events. Or I see myself starting my business in the future. I can see myself. There's a glimpse. There was something, at least a little something in my heart that said, you might want to be an entrepreneur. You might want to go on a date. You might want to run a marathon. You might want to do an Ironman, whatever. You might want to be a model. Right? I don't know. You may want to go and shop at that store and buy really, 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 really sexy underwear. I mean, underwear that blows your own mind. These are things that I use examples that I know because these are the ones that people tell me. Women have told me these, like, I want to shop in that store and buy that underwear. So I know it's important to someone because someone told me. Like, I want to buy, and listen, good on you. Good for you. Good for you wanting to buy the sexy outfit. I know you might have grown up in some atmosphere that told you sexy was bad, but good for you going through like, what? I beat myself up enough in life. I want to buy myself something sexy and wear it. Good for you. I mean, look. We do real. I'm about real. Let's be real. Let's keep it real. That's why the scale. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get on the scale. Yeah, what's your number? I'll ask somebody in a heartbeat. I don't care. I'm like, what's your number? What's the number? What's the number on your scale? When women used to come into the gym, I would tell them, all right, get on the scale. Let me see. What's the number? We check it every month. Like, what? I gotta do? Yeah, get on the scale. I would pull out a tape measure. I was wrapping it around them. I'm like, I'm going to know your statistics. We're going to know our number. Right? And people, they were like, wow. Women that were terrified of what the numbers might say. I would tell them, like, no, we're going to measure. And I would write it down. We would have it on a sheet of paper. We would write it down. And guess what? At first, people would cry because they were like, I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm like, that's all right. You're okay. I'm not looking at your number judging you. I'm not saying that you're worthless. I'm saying this is where we're starting. That's it. That's all. Because guess what? That is not going to stay the same. Not with me, it's not. I'm not even worried about that. That's temporary. Girl, that's temporary. Don't even worry about that. Don't worry about that number. We're using that number to show our progress. That's what we're going to use the number for. That's all. That's what it is. We have to know where we're starting so that we can know that we've made progress. Progress is going to happen. Like, we are not, see, the thing about the number is we look at the number and we're ashamed. Then shame is winning. See, that's why I'm like, no, we don't got to worry about exercising first. If you're ashamed of the number, that means shame is ruling over you. And I'm saying, no, we're going to stop that from the beginning. No, we're going to fight that from the beginning. Do you realize one of the things I would do when women would come into my training facility, one of the things, I mean, they could be 200, 300, 400 pounds. And one of the first activities that I would get them to try to do would be a pull-up. And people were like, Brian, are you nuts? Like, I weigh 350 pounds. There's no shot that I can do a pull-up. And then I would show them, like, all right, we're going to get some rubber bands. And I would hang rubber bands from the pull-up rig. And I would get as many as I need to. And then this woman who never thought she could do a pull-up, she would do a pull-up. She might have a lot of bands, but she'd do that pull-up. Then they would all smile. I'm telling you, trust me when I tell you, go after these victories that I like. When I share with you, like, get the victory, go for them, because they will shift. They are shifting you. I'm telling you on purpose to help you make a shift in the way that you think about yourself. I'm telling you on purpose so that you can break the chain, the bondage, the slavery of shame. Slavery. That's what it is. Shame is an evil taskmaster. Shame will keep you like hidden. Shame is going to want you to stay in the dark. Shame is not going to be kind to you. And it is exhausting. And so I'm like, you know what? We're going to break the bondage of shame. Your body's going to change. We can change your body, right? You start showing up, you start walking, you start doing things, your body's going to respond to that. So we know the body can change. We need to change the mindset. That's why I said we're not starting a new relationship with ourselves, starting off with, girl, I need you to change. I need you to lose weight. I need you to not look like that. I need you to not be filling out these clothes that way. I need for your butt not to look that way. I need for your boobs not to look so saggy. I need for you not to have the Batman arms and jiggly under your arm. No. We can't do that. That's an unhealthy way to have a relationship. We start off with, you know what? I need to learn how to honor you. I need to learn how to feed you. I need to learn how to show up for you. I need to learn how to engage in activity with you. And I need to be faithful to doing it. And if you decide to change in time, I can respect that, because I need to learn to love you before I ask you for anything. Before I place a demand on you for you to change, I need to change, and I need to love you better. I need to love you in a knowledgeable way so that change can happen. I need to create the space for change. I need to create an atmosphere for change, which means I need to change in my mind before I place a demand on my body to change. No. Mm-mm. Are you committed to setting up a space in your house? Are you committed to setting up a time? Are you committed to planning out your meals and strategizing how you are going to nourish yourself in a loving way? Are you committed to not insulting yourself, but speaking words of life to yourself? Are you committed for that kind of space? Are you committed to having some dreams again? Are you committed? Could you say to yourself, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to take some time on this walk today, and I'm going to actually think about what makes me happy. What dream do I want to accomplish? What hopes? Who do I want to connect with? Who do I want to go visit? What do I want to go see? Oh, maybe I want to go see the Grand Canyon. Okay, great. You have a travel trip. This is why I'm on here today. Like, I intentionally make space for who and what matters to me. So faith, it could be your faith, your family, your friends, your wellness, your education, empowerment, your hopes. We talk about those 5 H's: health, heart, hopes, haven, and heirs, meaning children and legacy. When we start getting into our hopes, what is it that you want? What is it that, are you willing to make space for that? See, some of us, we want to have some kind of healthy new relationship that's all spicy and wonderful. And yet you still have the old letters and all the old junk and all the old text messages from the old person. Like, wait a second. You want to be in a relationship with me, but you're bringing in all of the old content from that person? That's not going to fly. That doesn't go over well. Like, wait. Why is old boy's teddy bear still on your bed? Like, no, go ahead and throw that away. You're in love under new management. You need to get that out. Like, wait, no. I don't want to see his stuff. Like, no, you get that out of here. He got to go. Same. We have to create space for our new relationship with ourselves, which means there might be some clothes that you might need to get rid of. There may be, I'm talking about now, we're just getting down to some practical stuff. Go through your house. Is there stuff? Is there clutter from your yesterdays that you just say, why am I even still holding on to this stuff? My house, my environment is just so cluttery. Let me go ahead and just let some stuff go. Look, this is a season. This is a time. Go ahead and redecorate. And in order to redecorate, go ahead and start removing some things. Let some things go. You might need some extra money. Sell some things. Like, put that stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Like, look, I haven't touched this silverware in forever. I don't even want it anymore. This is from my divorce. Go ahead and let the stuff from your divorce go. Just let it go. You got a new life that's starting. So go through. I'm challenging you to go through and create a fresh start in your space. Stop holding on. We have to see if I'm holding on to this so tight because this is what I have, this is what I have, this is what I have, it doesn't provide me much opportunity for something else to be given because I'm so focused on holding this, what I have. I'm so afraid because of what has been. I'm afraid of letting go what I have, even though this isn't enough for where I want to go. This isn't enough. I need more than this, but I'm so afraid of letting this go that I'm not even going to make space for the potential. We have to, at some point, say, all right, the way that I've done things, the people that have been in my life, I might need to make some changes, right? I need to make some changes and I need to create some space for opportunity for growth. I need to make some changes in my schedule. I need to create some space. I need to not book myself up all day long, just doing for others. And meanwhile, I have not created any space for me to even have a fresh breath. I haven't left time for me to sit down and enjoy just sitting down, thinking. I need to create some space. There are people and their mindsets and the things that they're telling me, and it's too close to my ear. I need to create some space. There are people that I've been around. They're not nourishing me anymore. I need to create some space. Listen, hey, you just tell them I'm going through a transformation. All right. I'm going through a transformation. And so I'm going to need some space. Right. I'm going to need some space. It's not you, it's me. Right? You got to give it to them like, it's not you. Really, it's not. It's me. I need some space because I need to process some things. I don't want to keep going through life, just going through just because I'm going through. I don't want to just keep doing it just to be doing it. I need to now, I've evaluated myself and I'm making conscious efforts to move in a particular direction. I am now disciplining myself in the direction of what I desire. And so right now I'm evaluating everything. You just tell them just like this, or you can just show them this clip. I'm evaluating everything to make sure it aligns with where I desire to go. So I need some space. So now I'm not going to be calling right now. I'm not going to be texting right now. Don't really look for me. I'm going under construction. Right? We know this. I hate to go there, but we've seen it in real time so much. People have been creating barriers, and we've talked about it for a whole year, social distancing, because there's a thought that, like, listen, if someone has something and they pass it off to you, then it can affect you. Well, that's not only in the physical, that's in the emotional, that's in other relationships as well, right? You need to create a personal, you know how we say, like, oh, whoa, you're in my personal space. So this, right? We talked about the 5 H's: health, heart, hopes, haven, heirs, meaning children and legacy, right? High five. When I used to leave the gym, that was a side note. When I would leave the gym every day, when the ladies were leaving the gym, I would high five them every day. High five. High five. Why? For one, I wanted to make sure that each of them, every time that we were together, they received a quality touch, right? Right? Caring touch. High five. But those 5, every time: health, heart, hopes, haven, heirs, meaning children and legacy. High five. They didn't even know that I was high fiving them, meaning I want to, from my hand to their hand, I want to leave an impression on their life. This is how I think. I want to leave an impression on their life every time there's a touch. I want to touch your whole being. I want your whole being to be impacted every time. Okay? And so now when you create your personal space, and so when I see you online and when we do our thing, this will be our thing. We'll know our thing. We'll be like, high five. We'll do high five and we do a purple heart and a white heart. That's our color. High five, purple heart. Right. So when you tell somebody, whoa, hold on now, Sparky, I need some, you're in my personal space. When you extend your hand and you see that 5, you just remember my health is important. My heart is important. My hopes are important. My haven is important. My heirs are important, meaning children and legacy. I said, whoa. You just put up your 5 because that's you're creating space. You're creating a boundary. That's your 5 on purpose because we're being purposeful. So you're strategizing everything. And so you are creating in this space. You're like, you know what? My hopes are going to live in this space. My hopes, I need to create space so that I can start dreaming again, because what I've been in has been suffocating me. What I've been in has been choking the life out of me, and I need to breathe again. This is what we're doing. Right? We are changing and transforming because you need to live more abundantly than what you've been living. I don't oftentimes tell people what they need to do, but no, you need to. You need to live more. There's just more life available. So what kind of friend would I be to see you hanging out in a lower spot, knowing that there's a greater space available for you? That's no good. If I let you do that and I don't speak to it, that's no good. So I'm speaking to it. I'm saying, no, it's time to rise up. It's time to go to the next level. Remember the girl Cinderella? She was in the prison, locked up in her own space. Locked up in her own space. She thought she was going to the ball. She put together the fragments of life. Thought she was going to the ball. She gets jumped. It gets ripped away from her. She runs out crying. She's done. She's there on the ground. She's defeated. She meets the fairy godmother. She says, nah, you know what? Let me just tell you. This is not what she said in the movie, but this is how I saw it. She says, you know what? What you were wearing then, that wasn't the way that you were supposed to make it to the palace. So when they tore things away from you, when stuff got stripped away from you, it was creating space for what you needed for where you're really going. You are not meant to go where you're destined to go wearing what you were wearing in the experience that you were having. Stuff had to be taken away from you, even though it was painful, even though it was heartbreaking. The stuff that has been taken away from you, you may have lost loved ones, everything. Guess what? All of that is you're still going to that next level. You still have a palace within you. You still have palace experiences within you. And guess what? The transformation that's taking place is going to help you get there in the way that you were supposed to look at your life, and you see your life and you say, you know what? That stuff was working for my good. Even though it hurt, even though it broke me, I'm going to the palace. And when I get there, I'm going to be complete and I'm going to be whole. Like that's what I believe. That stuff is working for you and it's going to help you when you get where you get. I think about, someone was telling me the other day, they were talking to me about the idea that the man saved this woman. And I had to point out, I said, he didn't though. That dude was nowhere. There was not a man that was saving that woman anywhere. I said, and here's the thing. When she met him in the palace, when Cinderella met the prince in the palace, he did not even know that she was in any kind of distress. When he saw her, when she showed up to the palace, all he saw was a complete person. He didn't even know that the clock was ticking on her outfit and that time was going to run out too. He didn't know any of that. He saw her as complete. He saw her as whole. He didn't see her as defeated. He didn't see her as needy. She showed up and she says, in this moment, I'm whole. I am here for this. I'm a showstopper in this moment. I'm showing up, and you're not seeing that I lost my mom and my dad. You're not seeing that the outfit was ripped away from me. You don't know that I've been living up in the dungeon, in the prison, in my house, and I have rats and birds as friends. You don't even know that there's this cat named Lucifer that just keeps harassing me. You don't even know. I'm showing up here and I'm completely whole. So I tell the story. I'm like, no, let's be real passionate about this girl, Cinderella, because she took the ashes of her life and she showed up with beauty. She made the exchange. And that's what this is all about. You just have to recognize that you have a love story too. Like, you have a love story too. But if you're ashamed and you feel like what has been done or what has happened or what the scale says right now, the sickness, whatever it is, if the shame gets to reign over you, it's going to stop you. It'll stop you from moving to your palace experience, whatever that may be. It could be your palace experience of travel. It could be your palace experience of new relationships. It could be your palace experience of just having a healthy mindset, your palace experience of overcoming depression. You have a palace experience that is waiting for you. And so this process that we've been talking about all week is to help you get there. And so I'm telling you, look, you got to make space for that. You know how it is when you start to change your body and you start losing weight, and then you start looking at your clothes and you're like, wait, there's some. I saw somebody the other day, they had their pants on, they held them out, they're like, there's some space in my jeans. She said, even at my butt area, there's some space. I created space. My transformation is creating space. Things are not so tight around me. Because I started my transformation, my financial situation changed because I created space for my dream, and my dream caused me to open up an Etsy store or sell some stuff online. And now my finances are changing because I created space. I created space for myself to dream. And in my dream, there was an answer to my finances because in my dream, I started serving people, and then people paid me for my gift. Look how, you know what's inside of your body? Yeah, organs and blood and all that stuff. But your dream is on the inside. Your gift is on the inside. And so when you make space for it in your mind, when you are not sitting there being completely selfish, now, you know, I love you. You know, I love you. I do. I love you. I love you. I love you. But I'm about to tell you something that's going to hurt a little bit. When you are only thinking about your weight and your health, you are being selfish because it's all about you. On the inside of you is a gift that can be served to other people. And so as you become healthy, you'll stop thinking more about yourself and you'll start thinking about, well, what impact can I make now that I'm healthy? Now that I'm moving around, now that I feel better, what can I do to impact someone else? And so we are making a shift where we are going to move from being selfish and thinking about, oh, I look this way, I feel this way. And we're going to, time for me to go. Timer's running out. It means I got to shut this down. So as we go from thinking about ourselves and recognizing that we have a gift within this palace, there's a gift within the palace to deliver. You'll start to see, wow, I served my gift, right? I opened my cookie shop. I opened my daycare. I started my Fortune 500 business. Whatever, I started my car dealership, whatever you do, whatever your dream, I'm painting, I'm sewing, I'm being a scientist. People are paying me for my gift. I'm standing up on stage delivering for my company. You know, my boss is super happy. They just gave me a raise because I stand on the stage and I just feel good. So I command the stage differently, right? When you take control of this palace, you are going to command the stages of your life differently because you're going to operate with just a different sense of, I'm built for this. I've overcome some stuff. I'm strong. I can stand here and deliver. There's a gift within you, and your gift will make room for you and place you before great people. How about that? I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. You know why? Because I'm standing here right now. My gift has made room for me and put me in front of great people. See how this worked? If I would have stayed in my place of shame, I would have never turned on the camera and I would not have delivered the message. So my gift has made room for me, and it gave me space into your day, into your life. And what I'm telling you is, as you heal and as you transform and as you create space for your dreams again, you'll start spreading out. You're like, wait, my dreams need more space. I gotta move back the clutter because my dreams need more space. And I see things are happening. And so I need some more space. And if you're gonna be in my space, you need to be able to help me create space for the dream. I just want to, this is what is going to happen. You can mark my words, you can write it down. Like Brian said, as I transform my mind and my body, my dreams and my hopes are going to come alive. Mark it down, put it in your calendar. And I guarantee you, we hang together, we stay together, we work together, go through process together. You'll look back at today, October 13th, and you'll say, man, you were right. You called it. You were right. I just know that it's purpose. There's so much purpose in your life. But if you're only being burdened by, I need to lose weight, I feel so terrible physically, I feel just so bad. If that's your constant burden and your constant struggle, it's going to be hard to think about other stuff. I'm taking so much medication, I'm just drained, right? That is going to be hard for you to dream when you're overly medicated, when you are feeling down, when you're feeling exhausted. When you look at yourself and you're trying to just simply move around through life and it's hard and it's challenging, you're like, I don't even have time to dream. Man, I'm too tired to dream. So we're going to win. We're going to win the physical because we understand now, oh, okay, let me look at this thing differently. We're not looking at it the way that commercials are going to sell it to you on TV. No, that's not how we're looking at this. I'm not selling you the cosmetics. No, because that's that's just vanity. This is empty. Sure, we all want to, we might want to look great, but I'm not going to sell you the emptiness. We're going to start from the inside out. We're going to transform. We're changing the narrative. We're changing the story so that you can live a fulfilled life because you are worth that. I know it. I'm showing up here this week to help you know it, to encourage you to know it, so that it can take, like, it's seed planted within your heart that can just start to grow. So thank you for this space in your day. As you go, right, go live. I'm going to keep on encouraging you to go live in the groups, go live on your page, post something on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or wherever you're at. Tag me in it, right? Some takeaway from this session. Share it. Tell people to come back tonight at 9 p.m. But go live, share it. Talk about the takeaway and what you've gained from today. And dream. Just take a breath. You might not have done this in a long time. Just take a breath, and I want you to just give yourself a deep breath and just, what if what Brian said is possible? Just give yourself that. I'm not asking you to dream beyond that. Just give yourself a moment to say, what if what he's talking about is possible for me? What if? Would I do it? Would I step into that place? Would I step into that mindset? Right? Can I now create some space to simplify my life so that I am not overwhelmed? Simplifying. This, let me just tell you, and I'm gonna let you go. This industry, health and wellness, is anything but the sales of it is beneficial when things become more and more complicated. Because the more complicated someone can make it for you, the more you feel confused and you're like, okay, I really need to. So my thing is, no, I'm not doing that. We're going to simplify transformation. Right? I want it to be simple. Let's simplify this. You're not going to hear me make like 3-day promises and 5-day promises and all of a sudden, no. Because then I have to lie to you and then sell you some stuff that's going to medicate you and get no. I'm not going to do that. We're going to say, listen, here's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. It's going to be all right because you're going to change. You're going to be amongst other people that are changing, and you're going to be investing in yourself. You've seen me at the farm. We know that there are seasons. Seasons. It doesn't matter. As much as I like summer and spring, I can't make them come any faster. I cannot make it planting season again. No, this is just not the way it works. So we go through seasons. And this is why doing life together becomes so important. One of the reasons I did this challenge right now is because I know for a lot of people heading into this season of the year where it starts getting darker earlier and when the holiday shows up, this is an emotional time of the year. Seasonal depression is real. Holiday depression is real. Like holiday food and overeating is real, which then creates more depression because now I've gained. This is all, listen, we got to take care of, we're going to protect your heart through this season. So listen, I love you all very much. I appreciate you for being here. We'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be in the kitchen. We're going to be dealing with some stuff in the kitchen. The timing of food, and we're going to talk about food and time. All right. So we're going to do that tonight at 9 p.m. So come back, hang out with me at 9 p.m. and let's enjoy that time together. I'm B.A. Shepherd, 2 P's, A-R-D, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And you are strong. See ya. Love you much.